Hi, this is Mike, and we're looking at the XRP chart. Now, this is my most bullish representation of XRP. And I know I'm probably going to get a few comments or probably going to get attention that really I just can't be bothered with. But I'm going to say it anyway because it's just starting to appear like too weird for me. And I do a lot of analysis. I look at the euro a lot and pull apart those waves like you wouldn't believe. But then I come back to crypto because I feel like there's more value there long term in knowing, whether I should dollar cost average or just start chipping in at, a higher rate. This video is probably going to be a bit out there, but this video, this idea indicates that we have already bottomed. We bottomed in June 2022. Okay. And there's a few key reasons as to why I think this could be the case. To think otherwise would imply that you expect this to go much, much further down. But I have my doubts on that. I don't think that's going to happen. Now, the reason for this count, which indicates that wave E ended already, so wave D up here and wave E, let's just put it down here, right? And this would be giant wave double I, okay? Not two, and I'll get to that in a minute. This would indicate that this is a new trend. Now, I put a lot of effort into this. I've looked at so many charts over my time analyzing waves. I mean, I created RS wave. It's a methodology, complete A to E of waves, fractally back and forth, inside out. I can't say back in time, but I did a lot of back testing. So yes, I can. Now, this particular weird pattern, I've seen it occur before at lows. It looks like nothing. Looks like just a mound, bunch of nothing. But I've seen price explode from these areas before. It's the type of price action that doesn't give you any clues at all. You just if you don't know the waves or what they're trying to say, you're literally dead in the water. So I thought I'd share this with you because of the main reason, right? This number one wave, I wave, it looks like a zigzag. Sharp two, another zigzag. And the reason why I decided to look at this area was because when I thought of when I looked at wave three, I thought, hang on a minute, where does wave one end? And I thought, well, that can't be it because it looks like a five-wave move or A, B, C, D, E. Yeah, but that means that wave five is only this small. Nothing here is that small. So I thought, okay, well, what if the whole thing is actually a zigzag? And that's where I got the idea that that could have been, that's most likely, potentially, I mean, I don't know about the word most likely, potentially this is a zigzag right there. I mean, it looks like it. There's a big knot in the middle, and we've had two before it down. That there could actually be the low. And to add to this, right, it doesn't end there. Thought, okay, well, what about the unfolding pattern, which is a head and shoulders pattern, right? This unfolding head and shoulders pattern, right, most likely will be ending up going like, look like this somewhat and bounce probably higher. Either way, it'll probably end up being like a head and shoulders pattern, which completely fails because it can't break this red line. Okay. If we go anywhere near this red line, it's game over. This idea does not work for me. But whilst it stays above the red line, I could easily see this taking off from current levels. So I'm dollar cost averaging in now. I've decided to just start doing that. Not just because of this. I started to just think about it in general, and I thought, you know what? Considering where I think this might go, I think it's kind of wise to just get in there regardless. But then I started digging a bit deeper, and I'll tell you what I was digging with, right? So let's just go back to the beginning for a moment. The first wave up, right? We're talking about the euro moved up during this time, and actually that did not start then. This here, I believe, is wave I. I think that wave one occurred before this, but we can't see that. Okay. Now, if I'm not mistaken, XRP was created in 2012, I think. So whatever's going on before this indicates that this is a 1-2 pattern, and it doesn't surprise me. So therefore, I'm to assume that this is part of a 5-wave move unfolding that could take quite a while, right? Even the next dip after the euro isn't the end of this. It's probably just going to be wave 4 or something, right? So I started to think about this carefully because I'm really interested in knowing the pattern. I'm just so curious, and plus I want to make money. Who doesn't? So I thought, okay, length of this, which is Jan 2017 to Jan 2018. Okay, cool. Let's go to the euro for a moment. I'm going to show you something. Okay. My latest analysis has really made me think a lot. Right now, yes, I do have ideas going on at the lows, and I'm not going to talk about those in the euro. It's not a euro video. So let's just take the length of wave A in brackets. Obviously, I've put it there already. It's the same length. Yeah, you can see. Yeah. So let's just actually, I was playing around before. Don't worry about that. All right. So let's go to the daily chart for a moment. So that's the length of the move that I expect to come shortly, right? It does not start there, but anyway, regardless of that. I think the point is here that this is the move that happened in XRP, right? It started in January 2017 and went to January 2018, right? About what? Basically almost the whole damn thing. Yeah, let's just say the whole thing, right? So that's how long that was. Now, what I'm expecting to happen from here is going to be 7.5 times the length of the move that we had in 2017. Okay. So the move that we've just had now is not as long, but 7.5 times the length. 7.5. Okay. $2.30 on the euro, roughly. Now think about that for a minute. No, we're not talking about what happened after 2017, right? All this. We're not talking about that, okay? At all. It's a different pattern. Obviously, we never broke those lows from 2017. No, we didn't. Okay, it's the impulsive part that is important here, and everything after 2017 is irrelevant, right? Because it's a completely different pattern. But the impulsive part is when the US dollar starts to fall down at this point. And I mean get really impulsive after this correction is complete, which we haven't started yet. There's still some time, all right? But probably not that much. But I want to talk about that as I go along. I don't want to get too in depth on that, okay? Because it's just eating time. So let's go to XRP again, right? Let's just fix up this chart. It's a mess. Right now, okay, So, okay, let's go to the weekly again. Now, 7.5 times. It probably doesn't surprise me, but look, it gets stupid after this. I don't know if it's maybe like hyperinflation is really coming, but it gets so stupid that I'm not gonna go there, right? But let's just take 2 times, double, okay? Because we know that one takes us to about, well, from current levels, $337. And from what I told you before, we're not in a zigzag pattern or anything. We're in a wave three. Okay. So wave three from here, at least 2 times as long. Right. Now don't worry about the timing. Wave threes are way sharper. This is just copying the first wave. All right. Now this here is ridiculous, right? 366,491. All right. Now, if this is true, Bitcoin is going to be astronomically massive, right? I'm not going to get into the fundamental reasons why this is probable because it's not worth it. Not I'm not going to have enough time. Okay, put it that way. Um, we know about the debt ceiling happening now, and we know that there's a lot of problems with debt in the US. And I know this is going to happen. It's inevitable. But now I'm starting to have analysis that backs up this idea. So it's getting pretty serious out there. And I think that what we're seeing here is potentially a technology that's going to eventually replace the banking system that we have now. Okay, because if there's a fundamental problem that happens in T bills and the debt ceiling and debt in general, we're going to see some major black swan event occur, and it's going to benefit cryptos in general, right? It's basically going to be a new system that is already in place and that we can take advantage of, and probably will end up replacing, well, in stages, the entire economic system. Why wouldn't it? It's more efficient and it provides all the liquidity that's necessary. Just a few thoughts there to consider. Now, this type of thing can grow exponentially. Now, if you think that that's the only length it's going to get to, fair enough, it's twice. I don't want to really go any further than that because that's already out of this world. But we know that in cycles, these things can really move, right? They can really move. The first cycle gave us wave one, 100 and something thousand percent. Okay, that's wave one. Wave three, it could give us something a little bit more astronomical than that. And that's the part that I don't think anybody's ready for at this point. I don't even think it's even mentally feasible for you to even think about that sort of thing. Because is it really possible? I don't know. I really don't. I just look at patterns on a chart. Fractally speaking, I created my own methodology. Okay. I love to teach it. I do teach it. Um, but I'm really into XRP. I'm into cryptos in general, always have been. I just don't want to buy it at the wrong time. But right now, I am really seeing some very interesting things with regards to this pattern. And to me, they can't be ignored. They really can't be ignored. So I think that here we're going to see more fuzzy wuzzy up and down shit happen, but it's not going to be it's like an accumulation zone almost, right? And it's the type that really like creates a base for a really massive explosion move to the upside. And I've seen it happen on many charts, right? When I was creating RS Wave, I used to see this all the time and I used to wonder what the hell it was until I figured it out because I was so curious. I'd spend hours upon hours on charts constantly. And I remember seeing this pattern. It's one of those patterns that you find at lows, significant lows, like just it's just there, right? And it's different each time, but the general premise is that each wave means something. That's why I created RS Wave. So for me, that's key. I still expect this wave D to unfold, right? Like I said, it could be a head and shoulders pattern, come back down, but come back down to no lower than previous low, right? I'm really starting to believe this idea, and I think that it's going to be my base idea moving forward until proven otherwise. Um, I never really thought I'd change my analysis like this, but that euro idea has really made me start thinking and seeing as though cryptos haven't been moving as much. I feel like this particular one has found its support. Don't know about the other ones so much, but this one in particular, it's just sticking out like a sore thumb. So hopefully you found this video interesting and informative. Thank you for watching.